Hello, everyone. RPG Kingdom Kid here, bringing some more Steins Gate. In the previous part, we learned of what happens when we don't send the D-mail, or at least the D-mail that we have composed right now. We get the Ferris's ending, or the Ferris ending, and it was a nice ending in my opinion, but I think it was a little better than Suzuha's ending. But we'll have to see what the rest is. So, time to end this chapter. Did it change at all? It changed very slightly, it seemed. That's the end of chapter 7. We're on chapter 8 now. My head spins. I feel faint. Slowly the world asserts itself. I have teleported to the lab development room. Ferris is standing next to me. Reading Steins is telling me that the world line has changed. Additionally, the injuries the viral attackers inflicted on my body have vanished, so has the pain. Ferris is standing at the center of the room, looking around. The tears that were in her eyes just a moment ago are gone. Kyoma, do you know where Ferris's phone went, Nyan? Just a moment ago, Ferris was trying to hold back her tears, but then Ferris is no more. In place is the usual cute, cheerful Ferris with an impish smile on her face. I look at the phone in my hand. It's not my phone, but one with several cute, girly cat doll phone straps attached. Here's your phone. Nyan? Ferris walks up to me with a teasing smile on her face. She pokes at my fingers with her index finger. Kyoma, did you see what was inside, Nyan? Ferris gently takes her phone from my hand. If you did see them, please forget about Nyan. Can't let the cat out of the bag, Nyan, or else they will awaken, Nyan. Come on, Kyoma, you're supposed to say something, Nyan. Like, who the hell are they, or something, Nyan. I'm sorry. Before we sent the email, Ferris said she didn't want to forget. And I lied that she would surely remember. Kyoma's acting weird, Nyan. Usually act all pompous and... Nyan? I erased Ferris, suddenly pulling her to me as tightly as I can. I'm sorry. Ferris remembers nothing. Nothing about our victory at the Rhino tournament. Nothing about our escape from the viral attackers. Nothing about her father riding in his limousine to save her. Nothing about how we talked alone in her bedroom. Nothing. She remembers nothing. Everything that happened on that world line was undone. What happens to that world line, I don't know. Maybe like Suzuha said, it still exists as another possible world line. Or maybe it ceases to exist the moment I sent the D-mail. You'd have to be a god to observe each and every world line, so it's pointless to worry about it. But one thing is clear. I can never return to that world line ever again. Ferris can never see her father again. Kyoma, this is really bold of you, yeah? Meaning she's in the next room. She'll find out, you know. Yeah. I'm sorry. The only thing I can do is apologize. From this world line, Mayuri invited Ferris to come hang out at the lab. Apparently she came to see a costume Mayuri had made. Ferris has work after this, so she leaves the lab. Kiana-chan had a fight with her boyfriend. How do I get them to make up? She's never had a fight with anyone, so I think it's mysterious. I can't fight with a person I like. It's because you're a gentle girl, Mayuri. Oh, that was a sweet reply. I want to know what the hell. I wish you could click on it and be like, that's your reply, but you're like, nah, I don't want that to be my reply. But you can't go back. As soon as you click on it, it's like, well, yeah, that's your reply. You can't go back to it. The only way you can do that is if you saved it and reload it every time if you didn't like it, which is kind of stupid. So he leaves the lab. After seeing Ferris off, I head towards Yanapashi Shrine. On the way, I stop at Shuidori and take a look around. They're back. The Moai stores exist again. Animati, Toranoma, Mandrake, Gamers, La Matara, Melon Books, Azabit City. They're all returned to the streets of Akiba. There's a gigantic anime-themed banner hanging from the soft mat building. Maids walk the streets handing out leaflets. Cosplaying girls advertise in storefronts. But the return to this familiar scenery brings no relief to my heart. There's only pain, for everything I see confirms that Ferris has lost her father. But I can't stop here. Shake my head and hurry to the shrine. On the way, I notice that the satellite is missing from Rondai Khan's rooftop. Of course it is. Suzuha is gone. The thought brings a new pain of grief to my heart. Before this is over, how much pain will I shoulder? I pass beneath the archway and enter the silent courtyard. I walk upon the main building and jab the intercom. After a few presses, I get a reply. Yes? Who is... Ah, Okabe-san. Lukaku comes out. Girlie is over, even though he's a guy. No, wait. This Lukaku is a genuine girl. Lukaku. Someone should have donated their own computer to the shrine several years ago. Can you ask your dad about it for me? An old computer? I think Lukaku went pale when I mentioned the computer. She lowers her face immediately, so I can't be certain. I'll go call my dad. Kako hurries inside. Looks like she knows something. Kako's dad soon appears. Well, if it isn't Hillian-kun, thank you for taking care of my daughter. I rush to Green and get down to business. If I'm not mistaken, there was an old computer donated to the shrine about 10 years ago. Do you know about it? An old computer? Well, yes, I do remember that. Really? Yes, finally, I've returned to the world line with the IBM 5100. Please, I need to see it. Sure, please wait here. Kako's dad heads inside the sanctuary in the back. Kako has been silent the whole time. She keeps touching her hair and looking around nervously. Something's definitely wrong with her. Oh boy. Are you afraid of me, Lukaku? Huh? I understand. I mean, I touch your naughty bits, I guess. Crap. I just made things more awkward. I didn't have time to say it like that. I'm not afraid of you, Okabe-san. That was really embarrassing, though. Sorry. Okay. By the way, do you know about the IBM 5100? No! Kako shakes her head in an unnatural way. I've never heard of it. But when I called you before, it sounded like you knew about it. No, Kako's looking more and more uncomfortable. Maybe I'm pressing her too hard. I should back off. Did a terrible thing to this girl. So it might be best if I stop treating her as my disciple. I need to treat her like a lady from now on. If I don't, I could get sued for sexual harassment or charged with attempted rape or indecency or something. How exactly do I treat her like a lady anyway? Just treat everyone the same pretty much. So, you're not going to wear the costume Mayuri made? Oh, no. Because it's embarrassing? Yes. Why is this girl so lacking in confidence? Guess she can't help it if it's in her nature. But didn't she say her reason for becoming a girl was to gain confidence in the first place? Yep, she's a girl now, but she still sees the same inside. That's strange. Lukaku's dad returns. Sounds good. My conversation with Lukaku wasn't going anywhere. Did you find it? Try asking just in case, but he looks confused. Obviously something unexpected has happened. Well, I couldn't find it. You couldn't find it? Well, if this is... Okay, if... Here's the things. If we're going back to the world lines we were at before, then... Because we were missing it from this world line, and when we asked Ferris for the help, that's when she used it. That's when she sent the D-mail. So, now we're back at the timeline when we realized that we were missing the IBM 5100. So that means we have to go back at least one more timeline to see if we're still missing it. but that's just my guess. You couldn't find it? I
確かに古いパソコンを
remember
受け取った記
receiving an
憶
old
はあるの
computer,
です
but
が
it's not in the storehouse
ど
anymore.
こにもないのです。
The IBM 5100 isn't here? Press my hands on my temples and stifle a groan. The world line's still twisted. The IBM 5100 is still a mirage floating in front of me. I can see it but never reach it.
確認させてください。
Pardon my asking, but the PC was donated by Akiya Rumio-san, correct?
おや、
Huh?
なぜそれ
How did you know?
もし
Do
か
you
して
know her
知り
by
合いですか
chance?
ええ、
We're friends.
友達です。
ルミホちゃんは
Rumio-chan's grown up to be a splendid young lady, hasn't she?
彼女がまだ小学生
It
の
was when
時でしたよ。
she was still in elementary school. She came to visit with her
この
butler,
神社を訪ねてくれましたね。
Kuroki-san.
しかし、パソコンは
Why
なぜ
did the
消えたの
computer
でしょう
disappear? Thought someone might have stolen it, but everything else is untouched and the lock
他
wasn't
のもの
broken.
は手つかずでしたし、
This
宝物殿の鍵は壊されてもいなかったですし、
contradicts Lukako's statement. Lukako said she didn't know anything about the IBM
ルカ
5100.
は何か知らないかな。
Luka,
確かここ最近は
do you know
毎
anything
年
about it? You've been
年末
cleaning
の
the
大掃除
sanctuary the
の時
past
に宝物
few
殿
years,
を勉強
haven't
してい
you?
るだろう。
Once again, Lukako hands her head almost shaking with fear. Her hands are trembling.
ルカ子、どうなの？
Lukako, what's wrong? I try asking again. She doesn't raise her head. I don't know anything. The looks on her face betrays her. Lukaku is lying. But why? Remember, she shouldn't even known about the IBM 5100. Why does she know? Because the world line changed. There's no other answer. Her D-mail must be the cause. In Ferris's case, I didn't know what her D-mail was about. In Lukaku's case, I already know about what it is. I want to be a girl. The email must have influenced beyond Lukaku's sex the butterfly effect. It somehow changed the location of the IBM 5100. It was like that with Suzaha and Ferris. Can't help but think the universe itself is keeping the IBM 5100 away from me. But anyway, when Lukaku sent her D-mail, reading Steiner was activated. Me and the D-mail changed the world line. The IBM 5100 won't return to me in this world line. But my next step is to cancel Lukaku's D-mail. In other words, I need to turn Lukaku back into a guy. Suddenly I feel dizzy. It's not heat stroke, and it's not reading Steiner. How am I going to explain this to Lukaku herself? Just the other day when I called Lukaku a guy, she cried. Then Kurisu and Miyuri gained up on me. Can I get Lukaku to go back to being a guy without stirring up trouble? This is going to be tough. Maybe I should consult someone about this. At first I considered consulting Kurisu, but I don't think I should talk to a girl at this time. Let's think a little. Don't talk. Okay. I visit Tenoji's house. Divergence meter's here. I need to know what it says. Canceling Ferris's D-mail appears to have raised the value by about 0.05%. Little by little, I'm approaching the goal of 1% divergence. The number gives me courage. Afterwards, Tenoji recounts his memories of Hashida's Suzu just as he did on a previous storyline. I stay until he's finished. It's past 6 p.m. when I get back to the lab. Toot-a-doo! Welcome back, Orkarin! There are two girls in the lab, Miyuri and Kurisu.
最後のは
Who is
何の前
Orkarin?
だ？
Well, welcome back flows so well into Orkarin, doesn't it? When you put them together, it's doubly delicious.
美味しくはないだろう。
It's not delicious. It's a greeting I can only use for Orkarin, so why not? Hold on a second. I'm gonna name this episode Doubly Delicious. Maybe. Unless something else happens. See, I kinda hate this. A couple of my, like, not so, like, the last, the one after the, 2 parts ago, I had no idea what to name that one. I'm still not even convinced to use that one yet, so I'm still thinking of what name to have that as. But by the time you guys see this part, you'll already have the name. You're like, oh, that's the name you chose. I wonder what it was originally. I still don't know yet. I'll probably let you know in the next part if I kept it original or not. Or I'll probably forget because I think I'm going to be done with this recording session after this one.
だろう。
Where's Daru? Probably at May Queen.
メイクイン。
May Queen. So that's back 2.
フェイリスの言っていたバイトって
So when Ferris said she had work, she meant at Make.
お参りは
What about you,
お
Mayuri?
参りも
You work there too,
バイト
don't
してい
you?
るよな
Of course I do. You know that, Orkarin. You're so weird. Mayuri, she's taking a break to prepare for Kamimon tomorrow. The timeline has been corrected. It seems. At least in part. Should stop by Meikumi when I have time. I'll visit sometime when Mayuri and Ferris are working. Didn't realize it until it was gone, but I think I really like that maid cafe. Creases raid in Western Brook. It's the same book as always. It's pretty hefty and it must take a long time to read. I walked past and entered the development room. There sits the time leap machine. Today is Saturday, 14th of August. First time Mayuri died happened on Friday the 13th. After Suzuha sacrifice changed the world line, Mayuri died on the 14th instead. Her death was delayed 24 hours exactly. If that pattern continues, her death on this world line should occur tomorrow, the 15th. Just to be safe, I should buy a few days with the time leap machine. I'll need to solve the Lukaku problem. I should time leap right away. Just before entering the lab, I pinged into the Barroom Tube workshop. 42-inch CRT was on, so there's no problem there. Still. Oh, what's happening here? It's telling me to pull up my phone right now, so I'm... Hold on. Don't have solid proof. Maybe there's no pattern and it's just in my head. Maybe Mayuri dies today. Maybe she dies tomorrow. What I want more than anything is for that to never happen. Perhaps Mayuri on this world line. I must let my guard down, not until the IBM 5100 is back in my possession. At the same time, however, I want to know what happens to Mayuri on this world line. Still a chance, however small, that she won't die. No, I don't hesitate. Hesitation could lead to an irreplaceable mistake. Don't want to see Mayuri die again. See the light fade from her eyes. It's too painful. So I won't confirm Mayuri's death. I don't want to. All I can do is assume the worst. Achieving the IBM 5100 is the only sure way to prevent that death. I must resist until then. I mustn't rest until then. I need to time leap now. I can always time leap labor. Oh. Okay, so far so good. Problem is tomorrow. Okay, okay. Are we going down a different ending here? Time is 7:30 p.m. My preparations are complete. Time leap machine is set. Mode Snake is primed and the remote control for the TV downstairs is ready. It's all second nature to me now. Kamimon started today, so Mayuri's been in Arika since this morning. Told Daru not to come to the lab today, but to keep an eye on Mayuri instead. So if Miyoko's group shows up in here, they have a low chance of killing Mayuri. Will the rounds come on this world line? We'll soon find out. 7:35. The door isn't kicked open. Instead, my phone rings. It's Daru.
もしもし
Hello, Daru? Something's wrong.
おいどうした誰
Hey, what happened? Daru! Some guys came out of nowhere. They took Meishi. I think they wanted me. I ran, but Meishi. What do I do, Orkarin? Survivors. They kidnapped her. They probably killed her. To them, Mayuri is expendable. Grit my teeth in frustration. It didn't work. I still haven't averted Mayuri's death. Tossed Mode Snake onto the couch. The preparations were a waste. Mayuri died somewhere else. I hung up and walked to the development room. I won't let you kill Mayuri. And so once more I send my memories to the past. Oh, I never noticed the, well, it's probably because it stays white for weekdays. An unpleasant sound pierces my ears. My vision ripples, my flesh and soul momentarily feel separate. Grip my right wrist, I close my eyes and take deep breaths and wait for my pulse to return to normal. Phew. The worst is over. All that's left is a headache. Now I have my answer. Mayuri's death is still fixed, just as in my heart I knew it would be. The change merely delayed it by another 24 hours. I need to cancel Lukaku's D-mail. Sit down in a pipe chair and try to come up with a plan. Nothing. I've been searching for a way to tell Lukaku the truth, but every mental simulation I run ends with her in tears. Suppose that's to be expected. After all, I'm already seen it happen once. I mistook Lukaku for a guy and she ended up in tears. I mean, Lukaku cried at just about anything. To broach the topic would be like poking an open wound. Damn, it looks like I have no choice but to ask Kurisu. She's a girl, so she should understand how Lukaku feels. Call Kurisu out to the bench in front of the brown tube workshop. We're alone. This seems serious. Yes, I have a difficult problem that requires delicacy to resolve. Delicacy? That's like the exact opposite of what anyone expects from you. That's why I want to ask the girl. Plus, you're my assistant, so I need you to save my ass this instant. Aha, ass assistant, ass instant. Oh, you. Why do you need to ask a girl anyway? I gave her the rundown, including how many times I've time leaved and what happened with Suzuha Ferris. How many times have I explained this to her now? This time she believes me more readily than I expected. The only thing she doesn't believe is the story about Lukaku. Yoshida is actually a guy? That's totally ridiculous. But it's the truth. Was the truth. So basically, she wrinkles her brow and thought, she looked like Ashida? Crap, I got a mental image of that for a second. Judging by her expression, so did Kurisu. Ugh. We grimace. Unacceptable. There's no way such a cute girl was a guy. Hey, hold your horse. I never said that Lukaku looked like a guy. He actually looked pretty much the same. He was always androgynous. So much you couldn't help but think he was stretching excessive female hormones or something. So as a result, I didn't even notice when Lukaku became a girl at first and made a fatal mistake. He looked like she does now? Kurisuge's wanders for a bit. Acceptable. What? Anyway, you want to turn her back into a guy? Unless we do, Mayuri dies. Mayuri's life is tied to Yubashi's gender? That's so crazy, it doesn't seem real at all. Have you come up with a solution? Of course. I'll have Lukaku turn back into a guy. I don't know if she's going to accept that. Appreciate that. That's why I'm consulting you, so I can find a way to do this while hurting her the least. I take a mouthful of Dr. P in the vain attempt to quiet my frustration. If only I hadn't been so careless. I shouldn't have let so many people send D-mails. This is my punishment. I must shoulder the pain of everyone who used the D-mail. Suzuha, Ferris, and now Lukaku. Regret won't change anything. There's only one piece of advice I can give. Christina sighs, blowing her bangs. Don't say anything to Urabashi-san. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is like, why do you have to tell her? Just, I mean, you kind of. Well, I mean, I guess you have to tell her. Be like, all right, you made the D-mail. I mean, it's for your mom, but what would you think? What would you think? Like, what would you think your mom would say to ignore that first email that was sent? So, don't say anything to Urabashi. Oh, what do you mean? Based on what you've told me, you have the advantage this time. You already know the contents of the D-mail. So you don't have to tell her. X him. You don't have to tell Urushibara-san. Just send the cancellation email. You mean pose as Lukaku and send the mail to her mother and myself? If the world line changes, then that will be undone. In which case, ethical concerns don't really matter. The end justifies the means. a philosophy worthy of a scientist.
だが
Just one problem.
俺は
I don't know her
ルカ
mother's
子の
pager
母親の
number.
ポケベル
What? Are you an idiot? Why didn't you write it down?
その時は
I didn't think I would need
思
it.
わなかったのだ
Krisu clicks her tongue. She rubs her brow with her fingers while muttering and thinking. Well, if you just ask for the pager number directly, think up a good excuse.
警戒される気がする
It's going to look suspicious.
何ビビってんのよ。
What are you so
い
scared
つも
of?
の無駄に
That's
尊大なお
not
か
the
びらしく
vain
ない
and
の。
arrogant Okabe I know. Vain and arrogant? That was uncalled for. Don't have time to be I want to know how to pronounce Kiyoma. I know Kayoma, or Kiyoma. Hoyuin, Kiyoma now.
そんなの
Just
口か
make
ら
up
出
some
まかせでなん
nonsense
と
like
かす
you
るの
always do.
よ。
I mean, you know how
Sora.
gullible she is, right?
彼女って言って
Wow,
言って
I
た
hate myself for saying that.
自己
I'm
嫌
a
悪
bad
な
girl.
さ。
Krisu hangs her head.
だが
Maybe I should just tell her the
直前
truth.
に
Sincerity will work better than underhand tricks.
下手に小細工
マッドサイエンティスト
Mad
が誠
scientist
意とか
sincere?
笑っちゃうわ
That's a
ね。
good one.
洗脳してやる。ふ
It's more like you to say, I'll
とか言い出
brainwash
した方が
her.
似合ってる。
Being serious, damn it.
俺は
I will shoulder Lukaku's pain.
背負う
That's my responsibility.
最終的に D
When I cancel that email, the fact that she was a girl
ル
will
カ
be
子の女
undone.
だゆえに
I'm the only one who can carry that
俺
burden.
が背負わなければ
だったら私に相談
So
す
what
る
are you
必要
talking
なん
to
て
me
ない。
for? Go to
今すぐ
her
彼女
now
の
and
とこ
tell
ろ
her
に
what
行
you
って
told me.
そうだ
Yeah,
な
you're right. It's my only choice. Alright. I'm going to keep going for a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't end up to be an hour long. Actually, what the most ideal thing would be is if we get to the point where we send the email, I'll end the part right there, and then I'll do... Ah, shit. I feel like it wouldn't be that long again. I feel like Suzuha's was the only one that was really long. Ferris's was not actually as long as I thought it was going to be, but... You know, there's probably going to be more stuff too. Like, I didn't think that Rainet tournament was going to be a fucking hour long too. As always, there are only a few worshippers at the shrine. Guess that's how it can keep its dignified silence, even though it's less than a 10-minute walk from Akihabara Station. Ah, Okabe-san. Lukaku was sweeping the courtyard.
すみません。
I'm sorry, I left Samadari in my room.
いや
No, that's
そのこ
okay.
とはいい
Really?
そうですか？
Well, crap. Now that we're face to face, I can't bring myself to tell her the truth.
どうか
Is
し
something
ましたか
wrong? Well,
そう
I called Lukaku's crying face. She looked very sad when I called her a guy. If possible, I don't want to make her cry again. No. Why am I acting so weak? I can't stop here. I swore I would do anything to save Mayuri. When Lukaku said he wanted to be a girl, he probably only said it out of curiosity. If I explain everything properly, I doubt he'll refuse to become a guy again.
ルカ子よ
Lukaku. Yes. Grab her by the shoulders and pull her close. Lukaku's cheeks instantly turn bright red.
落ち着いて聞いてくれ
Please listen carefully. The truth is,
男だったのだ
you used to be a guy. No reaction. Or so I thought. The tears start welling up in Lukaku's eyes. You're saying that again? Damn, made her cry again. This time I don't back down.
聞くんだ
Listen,
お前
unless you
が
turn back to a
男に
guy,
戻ってくれなければ
Mayuri will die. Eh? Explain everything. About time travel, about the email Lukaku sent, about Mayuri's fate, about how to avoid it. I talk and talk without pausing for breath. Finally, I'm done.
冗談
Joking, right?
ですよね。
Voice is trembling.
そんなの
I can't believe any of it.
いつもの
This is more role playing, right?
京
You're
馬
being
さんの
Kiyoma's
設定
on,
で
right?
すよね。
Right?
そうなんですよ
She
ね。
backs away from me, shaking her head.
でもひどい。
I don't like that backstory. It hurts. And I think it would hurt Mayuri-chan too.
いきなりこんなこと言わ
I
れて
know you're confused hearing this
困
so
惑するの
suddenly,
もわかる
but it's all true.
だが
I've witnessed her death
全
countless
て真
times.
実だお前には
I'm sorry,
こ
I
ん
know
な
I'm being
勝手なお願いを
selfish,
してすまないと
but I'm begging you, save Mayuri.
だが
I
頼
need you
む
to become a guy again.
参りよ
Please tell me you're joking,
冗
Okabe-san.
談だって。
Or you could be like, or you can tell me about the IBM 5100, bitch. I can't possibly be a guy. I don't want to be.
僕
I've always been a girl. Ever since I was born. This is cruel. Why do I have to hear it from you of all people? I'm so embarrassed. This isn't right. Kako covers her face with both hands to snuff out her sobs. What's to be embarrassed about? I have a harder time thinking of you as a girl anyway. Kako jerks like someone poked with a cattle prod. Crying has stopped. What did I do? That's how you... of me? What? I couldn't hear you. She lowers her hands and looks at me. Then she smiles a soft, sorrowful smile. So that's how you think of me? Then Lukako shakes off my hands and runs away. Lukako, wait! She doesn't stop even when I call her. She disappeared into the shrine's office. Turned out just as my mental simulations predicted. Suddenly the shrine dejected. I need to come up with a plan. Maybe I have Karisu explain it to her? When I get back to the lab, I take Karisu to the bench and explain what happened. Karisu listens with an annoyed expression the whole time. When I finish, she glares at me and says, You raised the flag. What are you talking about? Don't you get it? You raised the flag. Or I guess you could say you tripped over a flag that was already raised. You mean a death flag? Why? It's a romance flag, genius. What? A romance flag? Urashibara-san likes you. Karisu thrusts her finger at me. Seriously? I kind of figured that. When her beloved Himakoma told her she was a guy, it tore her pure maidenly heart into tiny little pieces. In other words, your plan was a massive failure. Sure as calm once my neck on the line. Love is trouble. There's no formula for calculating people's feelings. Too many unknowns to solve for. She shakes her head like she can't imagine anything worse. Has this girl never been in love? The direct approach was a mistake. It'll be even harder to persuade her now. You should think of another way this time, like asking her mother directly. But I'm sure the Urabashari family already thinks of you as the man who made their daughter cry, so they might have their guard up. Kako likes me? I don't want to believe it. I mean, I appreciate the sentiment, but... When do you think I first set off that romance flag? How should I know? I mean, think about it. Kako was the guy last week. If you already liked me at that point, then... Uh-oh. That's just your perspective. From everyone else's perspective, she was always a girl. It makes perfect sense. Think in terms of the current world line. Right. It makes perfect sense. Still. Anyway, there's a bigger problem. Will changing Urabashi-chan's gender to male really bring the IBM 5100 back? Something is different from the previous world line. According to Lukako's father, the IBM 5100 was definitely at Yanabayashi Shrine. Suzuha gave it to Ferris' dad. After he died, Ferris donated to Yanabayashi Shrine. That sequence is the same as on the world line where I obtained the IBM 5100. So you're gradually approaching the original world line. You know, I've been thinking, you really shouldn't be able to change the world line so easily. What makes you say that? I mean, there are 6 billion people in the world. It doesn't make sense that switching a single person's gender could cause such a change in the world line. According to Suzuha, taking different actions after a time leap will only change divergence by around 0.00001%, if at all. But when I cancelled Ferris' email, there was a 0.05% change. 0.05% is pretty big. What did Amane-san have to say about that? The year 2010 is a major attractor field juncture, and the key is whether or not I attain an IBM 5100. Maybe the divergence meter actually measures your distance to the IBM 5100. In any case, what you're saying is that all the emails we
バタ
sent
フライエフェクトに
had an influence on the IBM 5100's location somehow?
D メールの中には
There are also some D emails that didn't activate Reed Steiner.
逆に言え
So
ば
just cancel the D emails that activate Reed Steiner and the IBM 5100 might come back to you. The main D emails were sent by Lukaku and
桐生萌香か
Kiryu Miyoka. I don't want to see that woman again if I can help it. In any case, I should focus on Lukaku right now.
で
So what should I do about Lukaku?
付き合っちゃえば
Just go out with her.
マジで
Seriously?
好きな人いないんなら
Is there nobody you like?
別に触れ合う必要
Then
ない
there's
でし
no
ょ
reason not to, is there?
そうやって彼女の心を
Get close and help her work through her feelings. Then she'll probably tell you about what you need to know.
真由里が死ぬのは2日後だ
Yuri dies in 2 days.
のんびり
Don't have time for that
暇をしてる暇はない
touchy-feely stuff. Suddenly, Kurisu's expression turns
これ
grave.
は
Only
最
consider
後
this
の
as a
選択
last
肢とし
resort.
てやろうと思えば
If you're willing to hurt
漆原さんの
Urarashiria's
人
sign,
格を否定
you
して
can always take that
脅してで
information
も
by
番号を
force.
聞き出すどうせ世
So
界線
forget about
改
the
変後
world
は
line chains,
そ
won't
の
she?
ことを彼女
In
も
that
忘
case,
れ
I
てる
think
は
it's
ず
a valid option.
真由里が死ぬことに比べた
But
ら
only
ま
when
だマ
compared to
シ
Mayuri's death.
ってレベルだ私
I hate myself for
今す
suggesting
ごく
this.
最低
いや
No, you're right.
あ
I
らゆ
need
る
to consider every possible option.
だがそれは
But I don't want to do that if there's any other choice. I'm not saying this for myself. From my perspective, when the world line changes, everything until the point becomes undone. But what about from Lukaku's perspective? What if this world line continues after I leave it behind? The Lukaku in this world line will have to live with what I did to her. That possibility exists. Suzuha said that's not the case, but there's no way to be sure. Since I can't confirm or deny that possibility, I don't want to use Kurisu's last resort. Besides, I have the time machine. As long as I have it, I can repeat the day before Mayuri's death forever. Of course, there's still the danger of a time failure. In any case, the first thing I should do is have an honest talk with the girl in question. Okay. Well, guys, I think this is a great spot to end this part. Yeah, it's like I said previously, before, like, I'm pretty sure these chapters are kind of going to be somewhat pretty short compared to how all the other chapters were, until we probably get to, like, chapter 10, where it gets, like, a really big, long chapter. I'm pretty sure that's what most likely will be. And then, of course, when we get... And, oh boy. I'm not looking forward to when we do the, I'm not looking forward to when I do the video for the true ending / Kurisu ending, which will be the last part for this video, because I have to go all the way back to chapter 4, I think, and reply to her emails in a certain way. But I'll write that all down, and we'll just skip everything else, so it won't be that bad. I'm actually glad I decided to do it this way, show off all the endings when we get there, and then do the true endings. It's really easy. I mean, the only reason I was like, so I don't want to do it is because I thought I'd platinum the game if I did that, but then I realized, well, there are some other stuff I need to do first before I could platinum the trophy, like get other trophies. So I'm okay with that. Because, I mean, I still can only platinum one more game, and then the next game has to be Persona 5 for sure. But that's not coming out till February, but yeah. It's already August. Hell, it's practically here. Jesus, it's like 6 months, I believe. Maybe 6, let's see. August, September, October, November, December. Yeah, 6 months. September, October, November. Yeah, like 6 months. Less than 6 months, because it's past the 15th, and I'm sorry about that. I kind of yelled into the microphone. But yeah. Anyway, I want to thank you all so much for watching this video. If you like this video, please give that like button a click. Comment down below if you like about... Comment down below what you like about the video, what you didn't like about the video. And let me know, what would you do if you were Okabe right now, and you were in the situation of, well, I have to talk to this girl that was a guy, and try to convince her, like, hey, you have to go back to being a guy, even though she doesn't want to, because, you know, she doesn't like that thought of being a guy or a girl or whatever. Or not being a guy, or being a... She doesn't like the thought of being a girl. She doesn't like the thought of that she is a girl, but she has to go back to being a guy, because she's never been like that. It's a weird thing, because, yeah. And as always, guys, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a beat, and subscribe to my main channel, too. That's in the description below. As well as follow me on Twitter. Both my main Twitter and the RPG Kingdom Kid Twitter are in there, too. I want to thank you all so much for watching once again. I'll see you all next time.